Anyway, Kingsley James has the ball with his back to goal. It's out to the left with Cantrell, and then infield to Purver. Purver threads the ball through to Kingsley James. Turns it away quickly. Really nice, clever move for Jack Dyche, but shot's blocked. Ball's still bobbling around. Kingsley James forces another corner for Guiseley. More signs of life, and it's all coming down that left-hand side. Corner coming into the box then. It's in the corridor of uncertainty. It's bobbling around, headed off the line by a Curzon Ashton defender. And another corner given. I was waiting to see if there was an infraction there, whether the goalkeeper had been blocked, but there was a crowd of bodies inside the 6-yard box, and that corner was whipped in perfectly by Kane Felix. He's about to put another one in, and the bodies are in the box again. It's going into the same place. This time bounces away unwittingly from a Guiseley player. Kingsley James inside the area. Is he brought down? No, nothing doing by the referee, Michael Barlow. That would have been a soft penalty in truth. It's tricky because I'm in need of all the help I can get. And right now, Curzon Ashton, their first real attack of the game, down on the left with Wall. He's got Miller for company, but instead he gets the ball into the box, flicked away by the head of Garner, nearly out for a throw-in. Worse, but here's Kane Felix on the break, down the right-hand side, running at speed. He's double-marked, and he's bundled over by the defender. He was being tracked by McJanet, and then one of the big central defenders, I think it was Oliver Thornley, decided, nope, that's enough of that. That looks a bit dangerous, and he just he ran over and bundled the Guiseley winger over to concede a free kick in almost the corner position. Yeah, he did, and it was cynical, but it was all the way out by the corner flag, so maybe a yellow card would have been a little bit harsh. Jack Dyche to take this free kick into the box, looking for the head of Alex Purver. Is it Alex Purver? Scott Garner, sorry, it's come off of the bar. That's the important part of that action. Off of the crossbar, rattles around inside the box and then cleared away for another Guiseley corner, this time on the opposite side. Jack Dyche has already trotted over there. He wants to take this relatively quickly. Tension rises in the ground a little bit. Great chance for Guiseley. Will they capitalise with this next corner? Coming into the 6-yard box again on the head of Scott Garner, but it's caught, plucked out of the air by Cam Mason. Throw in. Slightly more gradual, patient build-up play this now. Guiseley making some progress again down the left. It's with Kingsley James. He's almost down by the byline, tries to get the ball into the box, which he does do. And it loops into the hands of the keeper. I think it actually curled out of play in the meantime. So it'll actually be a goal kick.
Yeah. I honestly thought David celebrated there because a result was going away. No, he's found a Kit Kat. So I suppose that is probably one of the highlights of the game so far. But we are doing a lot better than we did against Hereford, and hopefully we can kind of make this dominance play, because it's something that we seem to do. We do all right performance-wise in games, but don't score.
Yeah, and the ball's gone down on the left for Guiseley there. Another cross into the box from Jack Dyche, but just struggling to get that killer touch in the area. I'm struggling to find Lewis Archer when those balls do go in there. And so Curzon Ashton have instead been able to come away on a break down the right-hand side. And a pretty obvious foul, actually. Like, rare opportunity for Curzon Ashton to load the Guiseley penalty area. There's 6 or 7 visiting players in there, and more arriving late now. The ball comes into the box, into the 60-yard area, headed away by Andy Halls. Rattling around, comes out to the left. And Kane Felix is able to see it out for a Curzon Ashton throw, which is taken quickly into the Guiseley area. And it's Wall with his back to goal, trying to find space. Goes outside to McJanet, working between them to try and get a ball into the box, but they're being watched closely by Kane Felix and Andy Halls. And it is another Curzon Ashton throw-in. Almost down by the byline there in front of the turnstiles, away to our left, in front of the gate, newly numbered number 3 down there, and they take this throw in on the edge of the Guiseley area to the left, and it's Wall again, trying to find space to get a ball in. He's watched by Halls, but he finds McJanet in midfield, infield, sorry, and it's rattling around before it's hooked away by a grateful Jack, because they haven't made an awful lot in this game, but in the last 5 minutes they've dominated the attacking possession, and they're on the edge of the Guiseley area again now. Ball bouncing around in midfield. It's scruffy, but as long as it's cleared, that's okay. And it is cleared by Kingsley James for, oh dear, for Lewis Archer to run onto, and it looked like he was going to get onto the ball inside the area, and about 2 or 3 steps short of it. He has had to pull up with what looks like an absolute textbook hamstring injury in his right leg. But the air was well and truly let out of this sparse crowd when he pulled up, because we know it, we've seen it before. And we're about to see who will come on to replace him. I think it's Kayode Odujayi, first minute.
Yeah, Coyote's not even got his shirt on properly. The referee and the linesman have actually forced him to go back, to come back on.
He's forced to throw in there. Good pressure, as you say, thanks Tom, by Odujayi. There's a big ask of him by Andy Halls to run onto that. And he's forced the big defender into knocking it out square for a throw-in to be taken in front of the stock stand by Andy Halls. Takes it quickly, catches Kane Felix a little bit unsuspecting. Felix comes in field onto his left foot, charged down, wasted opportunity, and now Guiseley having to press. And much as the pattern of the first half was, that move snuffed out really nicely. A good reading of the game by Alex Perver. Now the ball's with the tall figure of Dylan Barkers, who finds Andy Halls, plays the ball in, headed by Odujayi, bounces just feet wide of the goal. Really good attacking move that. Barker's picking it up in midfield from Perver. Too far away.
Thought that we're in, and it was a lot nearer initially than I thought it was going to be, and it's a good header, and it's just gone the wrong side of the crossbar. And Cam Mason there, good goalkeeper. To be fair, I think he read it really well and was just able to manoeuvre his body to ensure that he didn't even get a touch on it and went for the goal kick.
All right, fair enough. I can't guarantee we get any of this right. Here's Wall now forcing a save from Dewhurst, who beats it away, parries it out to the left. Kane Felix hooks it clear. Odujayi picks it up inside the centre circle. Was he impeded? He was prepared for an appearance. I'm not sure who I would bring him on for, Tom. I don't think anyone that he's likely to come on for has had anything other than a pretty good game.
Yeah.
So intrigued to see what the change is that the managers are going to make. But there's a long ball into the channel for Odujayi. Odujayi sees it early and runs onto it in behind the defence. Has to wait for the players to catch up with him. He does find Jack Dyche. Dyche tries to get shot away on the edge of the area, but it's charged down at his feet by Thornley. It's now with Halls trying to control it in midfield. Back to Perver. Perver spins on the ball, finds Halls again. He's got Kane Felix to the outside of him and space to move into forwards. He crosses it himself, does Halls. Finds out Odujayi inside the box, tucks it away.
Offside, he's offside, he's offside.
I knew it was too good to be true. 1 point, and that point at the moment rests on this 0-0 game in progress. And Curzon Ashton have the ball with Crankshaw. He's trying to beat Andy Halls. Halls stands up well, but can't help conceding the throw-in. Doesn't feel like he conceded the throw-in, actually. Halls thinks Crankshaw had the last touch, but the referee's not too interested. And Curzon Ashton now, almost down by the tunnel, take this throw-in. Lots of movement on the edge of the Guiseley area. It's breaking loose in free. The shot's taken. It was beating Dewhurst. It had real fire behind it, and it hammered into the advertising boards behind the goal. Halls will have a chance to try and drop another long throw, and he's been consistently finding the 6-yard box. No further forward than that, no more central than that, but he's been chucking it and finding more or less the 6-yard line, and he does it now, looking for the head of Garner. Crowded out, but there's bodies in the box. Perver tries to get onto it. Perver gets his foot through it. Is it over the line? It's in the back of the net. I think Perver scored it. It bobbled over the line. Guiseley lead 1-0. Suddenly all the sound comes out of the fans here in Nethermoor. Do you hear the pressure relieved in the ground? The Lions take the lead with 10 minutes of this game left, and Tom, it's your man.
Alex Perver, what a man. Brilliant goal, and Alex Perver there, persistence, he wouldn't give up. Guiseley score a goal for the first time in 5.5 weeks.
The longest 10 minutes of the season.
Yep.
To be honest, I've watched some games that have felt like they've gone on for weeks this season. Every game has felt incredibly long, normally because it's really boring and despondent. Tonight there's a chance we might actually win something, and I haven't seen a win in about 5 months. Alex Perver on the edge of the area, turned away, but he goes outside to Curtis Morrison. Morrison will have to turn back onto his left foot to try and deliver the ball into the box, jinking around the defender McJanet, turns back to Halls. Halls delivers a ball in, finds Jack Deitch, but he's got his back to goal, finds Kingsley James. James stabs it over the bar. It just bounced up with a little bit more energy than he was expecting. The guys in midfielder, chance to put the game to bed.
He was offside.
Oh, okay. Phew. Curzon Ashton are really trying to force the pace. They've got 2.5 minutes plus stoppages to find an equaliser, and they're playing with a tempo and an intensity that they certainly didn't have in the first half, and really they haven't found until the last few minutes when they went behind. Guiseley now attacking again. It's Coyote Odajai out on the right, turns back and returns it to Morrison, to Perver, to Odajai ahead, all with the back to goal though. Morrison again to Perver, over the top, looking for Kingsley James. It's cut out, and Curzon Ashton have the ball again in defence, playing it across defence to the right back, Senior, who comes away in field, and he's running through the centre circle.
Brilliant.
But Jack Deitch has followed him all the way and took it away from his feet. He's now got space to run ahead into. He can't believe how much time he's got, and actually he's been gifted a free kick by Ryan Brook. Brook had no reason to give away that free kick whatsoever, because Jack Deitch had realised he had no one to his left. There wasn't space to find a ball to the right. As it's announced in the ground that Alex Perver has been given man of the match. So Tom,
I'm staying.
You'll be able to stay for the last couple of minutes. And I tell you something that you very rarely see is Kingsley James applauded that announcement. Because I think we've crossed the 93-minute mark now, and the referee probably doesn't have much more time to add on in this game. The score is 1-0. It was a bright first half. We thought momentum had been lost when Lewis Archer went off with that hamstring injury, but the goal has come from Alex Perver late in the game. It is 1-0. The ball is in midfield. It is rattling around. Curzon Ashton are going to have one more chance. Louis Wardle is running onto it inside the Guiseley area. It's collected by the grateful, relieved arms over his head of Marcus Dewhurst, who goes to ground. It's been repelled by Guiseley. It's all the way back with Cameron Mason. Coyote Odajai is closing him down. Surely that's got to be enough. Mason with the long ball out to the left. It's found Andy Halls. Halls with the clearance. Yes! Finally, the referee blows his whistle. It is a win and a clean sheet for the Lions at home at Nethermoor tonight. A game that promised much in the first half, and we were worried that the moment had gone. But an excellent performance, all in all, from the Lions, was capped by that goal, stabbed home in a goal-mouth scramble after a set piece. It was Alex Perver who scored it. He takes man of the match.